Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another video for you about Mason Greenwood. So we're gonna get into the latest Man United news, not transfer news. That's finished, thank fuck. Well, not actually thank fuck, because we didn't get anybody, and now we're a shite. We're shite because we lost a couple of players. We're not going to get into that right now, but we're on here to discuss the latest breaking news, which has just came out about Mason Greenwood. We're going to cover it all in this video. Do us a favor, though, at the start of this stream, hit that like button on it, give it a share around if you're that way inclined, get yourself subscribed, get yourself involved. If you're watching it back afterwards, have your thoughts and opinions in the live chat. Obviously, try and be as respectful as possible. There is an investigation going on, crikey. Anyway, thank you everyone who's in here. How you doing there, PT Snack Pack? Big Bear, let's go, my son. ZX Flames, Claire Mouchai, Ellie, what's going on there? Exclusive, Logan, Jarvis, Simon, James, Fire Up. Thank you everyone for getting in here. Appreciate you all being in the stream. What an absolute bunch of legends. And by the way, I'm just going to pin this from Ellie there. Thank you so much for putting that in. There's a link to International Domestic Abuse Helplines. We're going to pin it at the top of the live chat. Click that link. There's numbers, contact information, etc. for whatever country or principality you're in. So if you know somebody, or if you're struggling with domestic abuse issues, then there's some good information. You can get help for it. Right, guys. So the breaking news then is this. I'm going to get the statement up on the screen here. As you can see, in a statement, Greater Manchester Police have said that detectives have been granted further additional time to speak to a man in his 20s who has been arrested on suspicion of rape and assault of a woman. So Mason Greenwood has been further arrested. These are the reports that are breaking right now that are coming out. He has been further arrested on further issues, I believe here. Let's read the rest. The suspect was detained in custody on Sunday afternoon after we became aware of online social media images and videos posted by a woman reporting incidents of physical violence. He continues to be questioned after magistrates authorised an extension until tomorrow, which is Wednesday the 2nd of February tomorrow. Following inquiries so far, he has since been further arrested on suspicion of sexual assault and threats to kill. You know, it's just getting worse and worse for Mason and the victim, and you know what it sounds like the alleged possibilities are, etc. So this is an absolute shambles, guys. I mean, let's be real, guys. I mean, at this stage, Greenwood's finished as a player at Manchester United. I don't see there's any way back for him. Obviously, there is a bigger picture here. There's a victim involved here. It sounds like potentially, allegedly, there could be some very nasty things that have gone on behind the scenes as he's been further arrested, and what the statement reads as threats to kill. So whichever way you look at this, guys, it's fucking horrible. There is no coming back from this sort of situation, I think. I mean, it's terrible from a people point of view, a person point of view, obviously the victim point of view, of course. It's terrible from, Greenwood potentially, allegedly ruined his life. Manchester United, what a nightmare this is from a PR point of view. You know, we don't want anybody with allegations of sexual assault or rape playing for Manchester United, guys. It's a very, very sensitive topic. It's a disgusting topic. It's a topic that we don't really want to talk about on this channel, but it has been presented in front of us because of what's going on with one of our star youngsters at this club, who was going to go on and be a great player, but now everything's got a big question mark over it. There still is a police investigation undergoing, of course, and they've been granted and asked for further time in order to investigate and reach a conclusion on this. And we'll have more information, of course, when that comes out for potential trials and things like that. But it is very it's just sad, guys. The whole situation is sad, and it makes you angry, and it just makes you lose faith because because of what's being alleged. That is the truth of the matter. I mean, we've seen people in the past. There's been lots of occasions, where domestic abuse has reared its head in football. Actually, I could just think of Stan Collymore, for instance. And obviously, I think in this modern age, and with the fact that there's technology out there that can capture a lot of this stuff that's going on, it's only more damning, and it's only worse. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of it's all terror. It's what. Hey, listen, abuse 20 years ago is not any less bad than abuse now. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, it's worse in terms of what is put out there, and for that reason, and what is available to listen to, etc. It's just there's no way back. There's no way back, guys. In my humble opinion, and it is just an opinion at this moment in time, but let's continue with the news story here. So BBC.co.uk reporting this: Manchester United footballer Mason Greenwood has been further arrested on suspicion of sexual assault and making threats to kill. The 20-year-old was arrested on suspicion of rape and assault on Sunday. And then they got the same statement from Manchester Police. Also, it goes on to say in this article as well, which I was going to talk about as well, which FIFA 22, obviously we play FIFA on this channel at night. FIFA 22 has removed Mason Greenwood from the game. He's removed from active squads in FIFA 22, and he's suspended from appearing in FIFA Ultimate Team Packs and Ultimate Draft. There are some absolute sickos out there, I heard, that are trying to price fix the current Mason Greenwood cards that are on the market, though. Who are you, scumbags? Anyway, fucking should No, let's just wait until everybody's innocent until proven guilty. Remember what we're talking about here. So anyway, a statement said that Greenwood had been removed from active squads in FIFA 22. Sportswear firm Nike also previously said that it suspended their relationship with footballer Mason Greenwood, and they said that they're deeply concerned by the disturbing allegations and will continue to closely monitor the situation. Greenwood, who made his debut for the club in March 2019, signed a 4-year deal in February 21 after rising through the ranks of the academy. He's been a star. He was supposed to go on and be the next big star at Manchester United, the next star player. He really is. Like we talked about him potentially being the next Ballon d'Or winner and not the next potential Soap on the Floor winner. Lily Gamer, thank you so much for the $8.99 super chat. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for getting in here. Says, what a waste of time, what a scumbag. Well, I mean, listen, I have to tread carefully, guys. Of course I do. But of course, if these allegations and, if these allegations turn out to be 100% founded and correct and everything, then yeah, absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace, I agree. And really, if that is the case, then there's no possibility of playing for Manchester United again. It just shouldn't happen, should it? Fabrizio, let's have a look at this. Thank you, bud. Let's have a look at what Fabrizio's updated about the situation. Let's take a quick look. Right. Okay, so we got a statement. Let's get this up on the screen as well, guys, from Fabrizio Romano here as well, just giving us an update from Manchester United. He's obviously made, or somebody's made some contact with the club, and here's the info on it. What a shitter, guys. What an absolute shitter this whole situation is. It's just terrible for everybody involved. The fan base, the clubs, everybody's had faith, everybody's disappointed. I mean, also, I heard that his shirts are obviously removed from the merch store now as well. People are asking for refunds and things like that as well. I'm not sure what the club's official stance is on that at the moment. But he has been suspended from the merch store as well, obviously, in light of what's going on and the investigations and the allegations. He's obviously, they can't sell Greenwood merch right now. But let's get it up on the screen here, guys. What is said by Fabi Romano. Just give me a moment. Okay, so this is an update from Fab here. Manchester United, this is a Manchester United official statement. Manchester United reiterates its strong condemnation of violence of any kind and previously communicated Mason Greenwood will not train with or play for the club until further notice. So we knew that was the situation, and we knew that that was sort of happening, and that was what was coming anyway. But I mean, wow. It's the end of this statement from Manchester Police that really gets me, guys. And I'm not going to focus on it. I don't want to paint anybody in any picture. They can paint themselves in whatever picture they want, right? But threats to kill. I mean, that is heavy stuff. That's heavy stuff. Heavy allegations. Heavy allegations, guys. I mean, that's, and also all the rest of the allegations as well are fucking, they're all heavy as well. We talk about rape allegations, sexual assault allegations. So United reiterates its strong condemnation of violence of any kind. As previously communicated, Mason Greenwood will not train with or play for the club until further notice. That's the latest stance on the club, the latest update from Manchester United. Listen, what the situation is for United is they have to wait for this all to play out. Of course, they've got to wait for the police investigations to take place. They have to wait for any potential trials to take place. They have to wait for a lot of different factors and things to happen before they're going to make an official stance or, you know, potentially talk about terminating contracts and things like that. So, I mean, we've all got our opinions and all our own stances on things, but ultimately you have to let due process take place here still. And he has just been further arrested on suspicion of sexual assault and threats to kill. There's a couple of key words here. You know, sexual assault, threats to kill. But what about, there is a key word there, suspicion. So at this moment in time, it's alleged. At this moment in time, there's an investigation. At this moment in time, they've obviously got to find out more. There's going to be lots of things going on behind the scenes with the investigation in regards to delving in for more information and that kind of thing. So I'm sure it's going to take some time. They've been granted that time. Hey there, Jonathan Gallagher says, may as well be end of season complete joke, pig, mate. Thank you for the super chat there, Jonathan Gallagher. And yes, mate, an absolute shambles of a season just compounded. This is just a cherry on top, really, isn't it? In fact, no, this is the whole fucking cake. This is the whole fucking cake. This is well, I wouldn't say it's ruined our season because our season was already ruined. But in terms of like having any chance of getting up there, I think it's just completely thrown a wobbler at us, hasn't it? It's kicked us right in the love spuds, mate, to be fair, because Manchester United now, we not only weakened our position in the transfer window by allowing lots of players to go, but there's a PR nightmare, there's a lot of negativity shrouding the club. Obviously, there's a lot of problems here that's taking place with players in the side, with reactions from players. So there's reports coming out today that maybe players are unfollowing him. Also, there's a lot of issues with, you know, people, fans having a backlash, blaming the club that they've not acted sooner and done certain stuff that, of course, they should have done. So, goodness me, it's what you call in the industry an absolute PR nightmare for the club. And from a football point of view, just to take it back to that, this is bigger than that. This is a much higher, you know, situation that we need to discuss about, you know, than football, to be honest. It's a much more important topic, obviously. But from just to take it back to a football point of view as well, yeah, the rest of the season's a shit show, bro. We've got all this negativity shrouding us. We've got all these problems that are going on. And of course, now we haven't strengthened in the window. We didn't sign anybody. We've lost our star youngster here. And if the allegations are true, you know, obviously that's would be for the good. But the thing is, it's still a massive blow to Man United from a football point of view, where we need to be challenging, trying to get back on track, trying to get up there. It's just an absolute shambles, guys. It's just an absolute shambles. Okay, so yeah, that's the latest updates from Fab. Let's get back onto the BBC report, because there was a little bit at the bottom that I wanted to read about that. So, yeah, Nike said that. Also, Manchester United said on Sunday they did not condone any violence. They've reiterated that as well. Greenwood signed a 4-year contract in February 2021. So that's it, guys. Further arrested on suspicions of sexual assault and, of course, threats to kill. That is the current update from Manchester Police. Anthony Brooks says, so it's cool to hack people's phones now. My mum and my nan would be in jail for life the amount of times they threaten to kill me. Okay, fair enough, Anthony Brooks. Well, listen, there's context. Of course there's context, my son. Of course there's context. And there's got to be, you know, there's of course got to be some sort of evidence. There's got to be some sort of evidence as well before you can potentially prosecute anybody for anything. So there's a lot left in this. But we can only, you know, you can only make assumptions. I'm not going to make assumptions for you guys. Yeah, First Class Gamer, thank you so much for your comment, buddy. He says he wonders what atmosphere will be at Old Trafford next game. So Old Trafford, Friday night, isn't it? Friday against Middlesbrough, 8 p.m. is it? Friday night, guys. I wonder what the atmosphere will be. I personally think it will be a somber one. Listen, the fan base is absolutely brilliant. They're going to support the team just the same, but there will be just a little bit of a sadness amongst the place, I think, personally. I mean, you might not see it, you might not hear it, you might not see it, but you might sense it because it's just affecting the whole club right now. But you know what the fan base is like, guys. They'll support the team. The team, ultimately, it's nothing to do with them, guys. All of the players, all of his teammates, it's nothing, it's nothing much that the club can do about it or the players can do about it. They've just got to wait for the club to, they've got to wait for the police investigation to continue and see what goes on there. Hey, thank you, Kit Natius. I appreciate you. He says, much love from the Canary Islands. Mate, get in there, my son. Which one? Fortaventura, lad? Hey, thank you so much there, Kit Natius, for getting in there with your super chat, lad. I appreciate you, my son. Yeah, guys, I mean, less of the stupid comments in the chat, guys. Obviously, it is a sensitive topic. Listen, we like to have banter and a laugh on this channel. Honestly, we do. Usually, that's all we do. But in regards to this topic, in regards to what we're talking about now, it's a sensitive topic, and we don't want to, we don't want to make light of that, guys. Don't make light of that at all. Like we say, we've got a link pinned up to the chat. Thank you to Ellie for putting that in the live chat of all the international domestic abuse helplines. If you click that link, that'll take you to the Wikipedia page with all the different helplines for anybody out there that is experiencing, any sort of domestic abuse. Then, listen, it's hard to reach out sometimes in those situations, but there is obviously help there in different principalities, different places. So go and have a look, guys, if it's affecting you personally, honestly. But, anyway, Paul Burgess, thank you so much for a £5 super sticker there of the hippopotamus sprinting away, mate. Oh, that's how we all feel like right now, dude, just wanting to run away, mate. This is a stinker of a situation. Well, I mean, Hayden says, what has this got to do with football? What has this got to do with football, you ask? In an ordinary situation, if this was, Mason fucking, Bluewood over at fucking, works at Sainsbury's, then yeah, we wouldn't be talking about this. But I don't know if you realise, Hayden, Mason Greenwood is a contracted Manchester United player. And he was one of our, future stars, potentially. He's going to be a future star. Obviously not anymore. So this is huge news for Manchester United in terms of ramifications of what it means for the club. Crikey. Stock prices, fucking fans, affected, or sales, or the rest of it, PR, but obviously above that is the victim and the issues in the domestic abuse. That is the truth, but also it does affect the club massively, guys. You've got a player who's potentially worth £100 million now as an asset, who's going to be loaned out for zero, potentially to fucking Wormwood Scrubs. So in terms of what this means for the club, it's a massive loss. It's a massive blow for Manchester United. It also happened. Listen, I don't want to dwell too much on about what it's affecting for the club, obviously, because I know there's a bigger picture here, guys, and I'm not making light of that at all. But it happened right at the end of the window. We also had loaned out a couple of players beforehand. We didn't strengthen in other areas. Basically, Lingard is the new key player at fucking right wing. That's what's happened with the club. So it's affected the club massively. It's a nightmare, bud. It's a nightmare, bud. I mean, Jesse Lingard, not key player. Okay, we've got Sancho there. But if anything happens to Sancho, if he gets a knock, if anything happens to Rashi, Lingy's going to be playing, guys. Lingard's playing, right? And for that very reason alone, it's been shit for Manchester United, because we've gone from having, a great player in Mason Greenwood, who is a fantastic player, obviously, who's developing brilliantly as a player. And now we don't. So, of course, it's a football matter as well as a, personal matter or police matter or domestic matter. Of course, it's a football matter. Guys, there's over 600 of you in here right now. Thank you very much for joining us and getting in here. Do drop a like on the video. I know it's a sensitive topic, but show your support for the channel. Smash a thumbs up on it and share it around if you want on social media as well. We're just spreading the news here, of course, about the breaking news of the further arrest of Mason Greenwood here. Also, if you're new to this channel for the first time, consider subscribing. We're on here giving you all the latest Man United news in a no bullshit way. We've got a great community of legends that are in here and that tune in and give their thoughts and opinions. And we give everyone a platform as well. We try to, when there's a lot of people in here like now, it's difficult. We do have a Q&A, big Q&A at the end of every single stream, so everybody can have their say and have their voice. So do get involved. Yes, Berber, he says, guys, quit the childish comments. It's a very sensitive topic, guys, Don't put stupid, childish stuff in the live chat, okay? Anyway, right, guys, so, yeah, got a little bit more information coming through now. Just give me a moment. So, yes, I'm going to also Samuel Luckhurst here. Oh, yes, he's just given us the update there as well. So, MUFC statement, Manchester United reiterates its strong condemnation of violence of any kind. As previously communicated, Mason Greenwood will not train with or play for the club until further notice. And so that is the stance from the club. They're not obviously... they're not saying that it's completely done, but they've got to wait for due process to take place. Super. Hey, Blizzard Down, thank you very much for another €5 super chat, mate. He says, more from the Canary Islands. We love you. Hola, senor. Thank you very much for that then, Blizzard Down, you legend. Appreciate you. Get in there. Can we get a sue in the live chat there for Blizzard Down? Thank you, Blizzard. Okay, right, guys. So, terrible time for the victim, terrible time for the club, very terrible time for the fan base, terrible time for Mason Greenwood, obviously. I mean, there's levels of importance in that, but whichever way you look at it, it's a terrible fucking time. And so, and like I was going to do a video about this earlier, by the way, but then obviously the news that he's been further arrested had broken, but I was going to jump on and do a video about the fact that he's been removed from FIFA as well. That's another piece of information. Nike have ended sponsorship. So for Mason Greenwood, I think it's the end, guys. If you think it's the end for him playing for Manchester United, smash a 1 in the live chat. Because I can't see a way back from this. The facts is not the facts, but the problem is that let's just say the unthinkable, or let's just say something happens where it turns out it's all just a mistake. I know that I'm not fucking making light of anything here, guys. I'm just saying, let's say if that's the only possible fucking way, right, that anything could come back from this. Even then, there's a lot of damage that's been done. Even then, if the evidence is proven to be the evidence, then a lot of people have heard the evidence. A lot of people have heard something, and that's not good. That's not good. People are obviously gonna. A lot of people have made them, I'm going to be careful what I say, but anyway, fair enough, Chris Benoit. I see what you're saying there. I mean, other footballers have committed domestic abuse in the past, right, and come back from it. We were talking about, a certain Mr. Collymore who played for the Scousers back in the day, and there was some news about that. I don't want to talk about that, but, he obviously carried on, so... And it's happened before. So yeah, I see what you're saying, but I'm just saying at Manchester United, I personally think you're probably right. Like, unless the allegations are founded and, he is sentenced to some sort of time in thing in his career, whatever, unless there's a length of time there that's just too long, I personally think, yeah, he probably could still go and play elsewhere in a different league in a different country. I think that's probably the case. But for Manchester United, if these alleged crimes are founded, then no, obviously not. He would never play for Manchester United again. At least we still have Lingard, says David. Well, in the end, bro, I mean, I know you're saying that probably sarcastically, but in the end, we could do a lot worse than Jesse Lingard. I mean, what I would say about Jesse Lingard is, he might have gone beans, and meow, and he might wind a few people up. But I tell you what, I like Jesse Lingard. You know what I mean? I like Jesse Lingard, and in all fairness, like in the bigger picture of things, like we could do a lot worse than Jesse Lingard from a football point of view as well, because he's a committed player. He was going to go to a good team like West Ham potentially, or Newcastle, obviously on the up. There's a reason why we've kept him. He would have gone, I imagine, in the transfer window if it wasn't for this current situation with Mason Greenwood. I'm almost sure of that. If we hadn't have got rid of Martial as well and Diallo, then I'm pretty convinced that Jesse Lingard would have gone to Newcastle United for a decent money move. United would have gone, yeah, we'll cash in for 8-9 million quid because he's not going to play anyway, and we're paying him 100 grand a week. But now we don't have the wingers. Now that 100 grand a week is better spent on having a player between now and the end of season available to play should we need him, who's a decent level player, and he can leave on a free in the summer, and it's worth us taking the hit of 8 million or whatever it would be and paying the wages because we're actually going to use him now. So from that point of view, man, we could do a lot worse than Jesse Lingard, I tell you.
Get in there, my son.
Hey, thank you for subscribing there, Be Good and FLK8. Appreciate you, FLK8 and Be Good, for hitting that subscribe button. Do the same with what they've just done and hit the subscribe if you're new. John Layton. Oh, man, my friend. So Jarvis Cocker says the maximum penalty for domestic abuse violence is 5 years imprisonment. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I don't want to get into opinions about that, guys. What I'm going to give you are raw opinions after everything is done and dusted in terms of investigations and everything. Listen, I'm going to tread carefully for now, guys. I have to. I hope you understand. I have to. Okay, so Daily Feed 365 says, I hope a youth player comes out of nowhere and shines after a dark moment for the club. Daily Feed, great comment. Yeah, there is opportunities for youngsters now because Man United bottled it in the transfer window and had an absolute sharp fest. We have to now promote from within. I think that's absolutely true. So players like Mejbri, maybe given opportunities in the side. There were reports from the MEN just the other day that probably would be the case. So we would hope that we're going to give some opportunities to youngsters. But also there is a youngster who goes by the name of Jay Lings, who's got great potential. You know what I mean? No, people make that joke. But anyway, Jesse Lingard obviously is going to play quite a bit this season. I think he's played twice this season. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Jesse Lingard has featured twice. Solskjaer only played him a couple of times. And then Ragnick hasn't even really played him, has he? Has he only played twice, or am I just thinking about in a particular competition? I don't know. He's not played many times, is all I'm thinking of. Maybe I'm thinking of Juan Mata. But Lingard's barely played. We know that because he's barely played. And but now I think he will play a lot of games. Just on that point, guys, let me ask the live chat here. I mean, how many games do you think Lingard features in between now and the end of the season in terms of appearances? I reckon he plays every other game now. Honestly do. I think he's going to play every other game. In terms of where the squad's at, depending on what formation we're playing, Jay Lings is probably going to have to come in and play almost every other game. So he's going to get a lot of game time now. That's probably what's happened. Ragnick gave him his blessing to leave a few days before the window closed. We knew that. And so the path was clear. But because of what happened with Greenwood, we've had to backtrack and convince him, that, hey, he can go on a big money move in the side. That probably doesn't make no ends to him. He just wants to play and be able to get in a World Cup team at the end of the year. And if he can play for Manchester United between now and the end of the season, then go to somewhere in the summer window, obviously sign for a team on a free transfer, and then go to the Qatar World Cup in December, then it's fine. He's not bothered, is he? So it's actually, he's a committed player, Jesse. I've never had any issue with Jesse Lingard out there on the pitch with his effort levels. So he will give us what he can give us. I'm sure of that. My issue with Jesse is his abilities. No. But anyway, Rushmano, thank you for the £5 super chat there. I appreciate you, my son. He says, I would not be surprised if Lingard renews and does a job for us. Great comment, Rushmano. Great comment. If he does a good job for Manchester United between now and the end of the season, I didn't even really think about that. I just sort of assumed that he's going to play quite a bit now. Between now and the end of the season, he'll come in in a rotation sort of vibe. And, but I never even really thought about the possibility that United might actually extend his contract. You know what I mean, guys? Like that would be unbelievable, wouldn't it? If Jesse Lingard stays at the club, does well, and they give him a new contract and he doesn't go anywhere else. Thing is, though, I think there's probably a bigger money move for Jesse as a free agent going to Newcastle United than there is from Manchester United signing him up to a new deal. If he really wanted to play for Man United and Man United really wanted him, which me personally, I don't. I'm just saying right now we need him. But in the summer, if we could sign other better players, that's what I would want to do. But until then, we need him, in my opinion. So, but if United, if United ended up signing him up to a new contract, I don't think it would be as much money as what Newcastle would pay in the current situation with how much money they've got and what they need as well. He'd be more of a key player for them than he would be for us. We'd have him in more of a rotation role. Plus, as a free agent, he would be able to get a big fat signing on bonus simply because, I guess the same would be for Manchester United, though. If he's signing a new contract at United, we would have to pay him a big fat sign-on bonus. So I guess we could compete with Newcastle there. Listen, I'm not saying I want Jesse Lingard at the club. I don't want Jesse. Let's get a little vote in the chat. Jesse in or Jesse out in the summer. Not now because he's still here and we need him here. Oh, Ruddy Can't Game with a $2 super chat says, in prison, he'll be the ball. Oh, no, Ruddy Can't Game. Thank you for getting in here with your super chat there, Ruddy. In, out, says Jarvis, and United till I die, out, he wants to go. This is it, guys. So only a few days ago, the Jesse Lingard situation was he wanted to go to West Ham. He's posting pictures of him celebrating goals, doing the fucking Hammers cross and all that on social media, on Instagram and stuff. And he did want to go, and Newcastle would come in as well for a big money move. It's just what's happened with Manchester United that stopped it. So he might actually be very frustrated with it. But if I was the club, if I was Rangnick, I mean, you have to remember these players are actually close to the situation of Mason Greenwood. Like, hey, we all feel bad about it. You know, I'm sure you guys feel bad about it yesterday and the day before, and the information we got about it, just the possibilities of it and the audio that was leaked and everything. It's very disgusting. Well, and it makes you, it's affected me, and I'm sure it's affected some of you. And think about the players. Think about the players, guys. I mean, at the moment, there's allegations against one of their mates, you know, and who they know and think they know, and who they, you know, and it's canal for them. It's a bit of a shit time too. Let's be honest. So, there's so much up in the air, man. There's so much up in the air. There's a lot could happen between now and the end of the season and in the summer in terms of police investigations, but also in terms of who Manchester United are planning to sign. There were reports that came out yesterday that said because Manchester United didn't sign anybody in the January window, they'd be more open. You know, we're expecting Manchester United to have a big old juicy summer transfer window, and the Glazers' intentions was always to spend big in the summer and not spend in the January transfer window. And Rangnick obviously came in an interim capacity with that in mind, with the fact that he's here for 6 months only, going into a consultancy role. So from that point of view, maybe that was the plan, and they stuck to the plan, but it's a shit plan. It's a shit plan, and especially in light of what's happened. Thank you so much, Rush Mano, getting in here with a £5 super chat. Rush Mano, appreciate you, man. He says, Glazers will want him to stay like a new signing. I can see it now. Hashtag Glazers out. Spot on, mate. I agree. The Glazers probably would look at the situation because of potential for losing those players. There's also other players that want away from the club. Martial's out on loan. He'll probably be sold in the summer. And the rest of them too. There's a lot of them too who potentially want out. So let's get Glazers out in the live chat. I agree, Rush Mano. They probably would want to sign up Jesse Lingard to a new deal because it makes more economical sense for them rather to let him go on a free. They might as well just give him, I don't know, a few £1 million signing on bonus. Cheeky, nice contract for three seasons, and then he'll actually play, because they'd rather do that than go and sign a quality winger. You know, let's be honest, guys. Man City signed Julian Alvarez this window. They spent just as much money we did in the summer, and they're fucking top of the league. But they're also making strides to improve. Man United are chasing 4th place. We're struggling. We've got a gash team. We've loaned out players this window. 4 players we loaned out this window. Weakened our position by 4 players. Our squad is 4 players weaker, 4 good players weaker. And 1 player, obviously, with what's going on, Mason, unavailable right now as well. And so you would think that we would be the club going in to sign a forward player like Julian Alvarez, who's a 21 and is going to be a future star. Wouldn't you? You would think that at this moment in time, more than ever, it might make sense for United to pull the trigger on a £14 million wonder kid from Argentina? No? Okay then. Just me? What a joke. What a fucking joke. No, we'll just let the champions fucking have them, who are top of the league and who are cruising and who have the money and the resources. But it's not a lot of money we're talking about here. 14 minutes, it's not like United couldn't compete. So from that point of view, yeah, hashtag Glazers out, because this situation is made worse from a footballing point of view, because of the owners of the football club, obviously, and their lack of investment in the January transfer window, and the fact that they actually just got players off the books. So they did spend in the money in the summer. They spent the money. They got Ronaldo, Varane, and Sancho in. But then they made money from shirt sales. They made money from stock increases. The stock value increased, obviously. They sold off a position of their stock in August, was it, or sometime around there, worth millions, which didn't actually affect their sort of, their position or anything in the club, but they just sold a certain amount off to make more money. They also have been paying out dividends and things like that. So, look, their main concern is to rein the money in. That's why that they've got rid of all these players and not acquired anybody in this January transfer window. What a shambles. Crikey, there's 800 legends in here right now. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. It's a shocking news, but do us a favor. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Help us get to 52,000 subscribers. If it's your first time here, we're on here every single day giving you all the latest breaking United news in a no bullshit, no clickbait way. So if you want to support the independent channels, if you don't like the clickbaiters, the corporation channels, etc., then do give us a follow and a subscribe and smash that like on it and get your thoughts and opinions in. Everybody's welcome to have their say. As long as he's not a complete dickhead. Let's be honest. Right. So, so yes, the Athletic, reporting as well that he remains in Football Manager but has been removed from FIFA 22. Just saw that there. I'm sure if allegations can, or if investigations continue, obviously, and things are founded, obviously everybody's going to do it. So yeah. On a positive side, the charity I'm streaming for tonight, Jamie Tobble, I think I'm going to do it for water.org, my son. Water.org. But you know what? I need a little bit of time to work on this, guys, on terms of which charity we're doing it for, because I was going to do it for water.org. But in light of what's happened, I think maybe it might be appropriate, and it might be just a nice touch to do it for, a good, domestic abuse charity or something like that. So I'm going to look into it, guys. I'm going to look into it. And, obviously, I need a bit more time to figure it out. But yes, mate, I think that might actually make sense. Anyway, because, listen, there's a lot of people out there being affected by this sort of thing. Okay, so I'm going to get into the live chat now quick, guys, just to give you a roundup. If everybody's just getting in here, I mean, you can see the statements on the screen, but if you're just getting in here for the first time, I will read it for you. Damn it. Hang on a second. I'm all out of water. In terms of the statement from Manchester Police, this is what it says. So, detectives have been granted further additional time to speak to a man in his 20s. This is from Great Manchester Police, who was arrested on suspicion of rape and assault of a woman. The suspect was detained in custody on Sunday the 30th of January afternoon after we became aware of online social media images and videos posted by a woman reporting incidents of physical violence. He continues to be questioned after magistrates authorised an extension until tomorrow, Wednesday the 2nd of February. Following inquiry so far, he has since been further arrested on suspicion of sexual assault and threats to kill. The situation is awful. The more information that's coming out is increasingly damning and increasing, just increasingly damning, but it's an investigation right now, guys. Police investigations that he's been investigated, he's been further arrested on suspicion of sexual assault and threats to kill. It's an emotional one, eh? Hey, what's going on there, Sing Games? Good to see you, my man. Thank you for joining us. Social1999 with a £2 super chat that says refuge bud. They look after domestic violence victims and rehouse. Yes, that's brilliant. Thank you, Social99. Something like that, something like that. So I'm going to look into. Thank you so much for the suggestion. I'm going to look into a few different, domestic abuse charities, and also. I like to delve into it deep, though. So I delve into it deep. I like to look at the cost, the ultimate amount of money that goes to the final cause, and the cost of raising that money, and also how much, if it's non-profit and stuff like that. I've got to look, and, if the fucking CEO of the fucking charity's on 200k a year or some bullshit. You know what I mean? I've got to look into all that sort of stuff first. But thank you for your suggestion, though. I'm not saying that's not a good one, but I'm going to look into it and find out. Yeah, Social99 says great charity for domestic violence and homelessness. Thank you so much, Social99, for another super chat and that suggestion. But yeah, guys, smash a 1 in the live chat if you do think that's a good idea that I do a charity stream for a good, I need to look into it, obviously, and find out which ones are the best. But good domestic abuse charity. One says, Steve-O, do it, says Daniel Farr. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I think it, in light of what's happened, guys, I think it's the right thing to do. Rushmano says we've got 250 likes. Thank you, everyone, for dropping the thumbs up on the video. And also, if you're just joining us, the statement from Manchester United is as follows. Fab gave us an update with the statement, and it's on other places as well. But Manchester United reiterates its strong condemnation of violence of any kind. As previously communicated, Mason Greenwood will not train with or play for the club until further notice. So, yeah, so that is the club stance on it, where there's more information. Thank you, Jack and Brad Gaming. Roy the Boy Kino, what's going on? What's in that mug? It's just water, mate. It's literally just water, bud. Thank you, Ulf793. Appreciate that, dude. Appreciate that, dude. Well, Ulf793, I mean, listen, I have to say what you said there in a certain way, but if Ulf793 says further arrested could mean, I'm going to put that word in there, that more evidence was found. So, listen, I'm just going to, I'm not going to put in a word. It could mean, but, no, I did put in a word. That's what I mean I'm going to do. There, my son. Thank you for subscribing there, RBSK, Sergey and Clark, Piggott, Gabjir, and also Andy Young as well. Thank you guys for hitting that subscribe button. Appreciate it. Nice one. Thanks for getting in here. We will give you all the latest with what's going on with Greenwood over the next, well, however long it takes, whether it's days, weeks, months, whatever it may be. We will be covering it because it is a big deal with Manchester United, and it is obviously important for what it means for the club. We're only going to talk about it when there's major breaking news, obviously. We're not going to clickbait the shite out of it, like some channels might do, But in terms of, like, all the breaking updates like this, if there is any more, further information that comes out, we will jump on and give you all that information as and when it happens. So make sure you click that post notification bell as well to be notified when we post and go live. Okay, so JBP91, thank you very much for getting in here with your super chat, my friend. Okay, thank you for another suggestion, my son. Hang on, where's my pen here? I've got a pen. Let me write this down and write everything down. Hey, Pig, please look into White Ribbon UK. Thank you, mate. And Social 99 suggestion, I'm going to write that down as well. I'm just going to have a look. Refuge, right, nice one. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for your suggestions. Yeah, so in terms of a charity stream for domestic abuse, for raising money for a domestic abuse charity, that is gonna, well, I'm either gonna do it tonight or it might have to be tomorrow now because there's a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, to be fair, I wanted to get on and do a transfer roundup show and stuff, and also, well, we'll see, we'll see. But it will definitely be tomorrow if it's not tonight. But it might be tonight or around about 11 p.m. If it's not tonight, it will definitely be tomorrow at 11 p.m. But it might take me a little time. This is what I'm thinking, to obviously find out what charity I do want to raise the money for. That's the only thing, because it's all a bit last minute here. I was going to do it for water.org, which is, seems like a great charity, but which is also a great cause, but just in terms of, because of what's happened. Hey there, Kurt Koenig. How you been, mate? Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, that's right. Ulf793, he says, Man United have done all they can at the moment. Yeah, that's right. It's true. They can't do anything else than that. All they can do is suspend his merchandise on the store. And also, we heard yesterday, of course, that in terms of legal counsel or legal representation, that is not being provided by Manchester United for Greenwood. That's obviously something that, from a personal level, they're going to have to do. Yeah, Jarvis Cocker says, fact is, we're severely weakened on the right-hand side. Lingard can't help us. Well, actually, Lingard's a versatile player. He can play in those wide positions. I personally think Lingard's best position is probably at cam, like, in the hole, in a pressing sort of a setup. He would never get in the team ahead of Bruno Fernandes or, even Juan Mata in that position for me, though. No chance. But probably that's where he should be. But in terms of, like, as a wide player, he can play on the right, he can play on the left. He is versatile. He's not going to be as good as a winger as an out-and-out winger, but he's versatile. He can do a job for us there, definitely. He can do a job. Mamasini getting in here with a super chat. Thank you, my son. Says, doubting our top four finish after Ralph fails miserably this transfer window just doesn't inspire leadership and motivation. Wonder how Ronaldo reacts. Oh, shit, I haven't even thought about Ronaldo, mate. Fucking hell. I mean, Ronaldo's had allegations against him in the past, which were obviously proven to be not founded, right? I'm pretty sure. Maybe, let me just, yeah. But also in terms of, like, the situation and the players at the club, who wants to, the stance of some of these players was, Ronaldo gave an interview a little while ago, Mamasini, didn't he, where he said he didn't come to this club to finish 6th or 7th. And he also said there's certain players that don't listen to the club. I personally thought maybe, the alleged player we're talking about here was who he was referring to in regards to players who don't listen. I could be wrong there, but obviously Mason hasn't really been passing the ball to Ronaldo a lot this season and stuff. But But anyway, yeah, maybe it could affect Ronaldo wanting to stay at the club in the future, especially now with the rest of the season. If it goes the way I think it could go, I obviously hope it doesn't go this way, but I think it could go into a shit show. Like we could finish 6th or something, or even 5th would be a disaster, an absolute disaster for Manchester United, because we need Champions League football. If we're going to attract the best talents in the summer, be the best team that we can be next season, we need Champions League football, guys. And so, yeah, the team's weak now. We've actually got quite a poor depth in those wide areas. We've got depth in the defensive areas, no dramas. We've got wing backs as well. We've got double wing backs. So if Rangnick was to utilise, say, the 4-2-2-2 German penis formation that he plays, that narrow shaft, if he was to utilise that formation, then I suppose he can get away with not having many wingers, can't he? Because he can play, the 2 holding midfielders, and then he can have the 2 strikers. Let's say it's Ronaldo and Cavani, and then in behind he could play Sancho and Rashford or Bruno. So he could do that, and that way we don't have to have a lot of these wide. Obviously, they do go out to the wide areas, and they do. It's not like they stay narrow like that all the time, but there is an emphasis on staying, narrow, and obviously the wing backs overlapping. So there's an emphasis more on the wing backs to create chances in the wide positions. So from that point of view, from Rangnick's style and what he's done so far, maybe it doesn't hurt what he's done so far. But if he wants to play a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2 or some other or a 4-2-3-1, it's a little bit trickier. So yeah. It's funny, most of the bench are now on loan, says Andy Young. Mate, what a shambles, dude. What a fucking shambles. Donny out on loan, good player, now playing for Everton. Martial out on loan, good player. Could definitely do with him now, I tell you that much. Out on loan playing at Sevilla. But if he didn't want to play for us, that's one thing. And then obviously Amad Diallo at Rangers, I think he would have done a good job for us if we'd had him in the squad. I guess there's still a possibility we can recall some of these guys. I'm not 100% sure I'm not 100% sure exactly what the terms are of those loan deals, because often they have a fee, and if they have a fee, there's a contract where you might even be able to recall a player if there's a fee, but you'd have to compensate the team back for recalling them, but that would have to be written into the clause written into the contract, which it probably wouldn't have been. So there's a chance though that we might be able to recall, Ahmad, I suppose, but if there's a fee up front, I don't see how we can get them back. Steaming Carr says, is it just me, or do you sound a lot like Boris Johnson today? No, I don't sound like Boris Johnson, you absolute, you gibbering invertebrate jelly. No, please don't say that, mate. Ralph didn't fail in the TW transfer window. Our terrible board did. JRB, that's a great point. I wanted to go back on that, actually. I was just talking about that. I was going to actually go back on Mamacini's super chat there, where he said, doubt in the top 4 finished after Ralph fails miserably. Great comment. Thank you for your super chat there, JRB, because I did want to actually go back on that, Mamacini. Because actually, yeah, his position is he probably wanted players. Why wouldn't he? Why would you think that he wouldn't want players, especially at the end of the window with what's happened, players loaned out and with the Mason situation? So, of course he would have wanted players. It's not his fault. The club have no ambition. The board have no ambition. The owners have no ambition. They don't want to strengthen Manchester United's team this January window. All the other clubs are doing business. Almost all of them, well, a lot of them are doing business. Rangers had a better transfer window than us. Aston Villa, Newcastle, everybody did more or less, because this is the worst transfer window we've ever had. We signed 0 players. We loaned 4 out. 1's in police custody. And also we didn't sign a single player. So it's literally the worst transfer window I can ever remember. We are more weak now than when we started by a mile. So from that point of view, Rangnick is he's up against it. He could be screwed here, guys. It's a tough job as it was. Never mind with all this going on. And so, yeah, I mean, but I personally don't think that he's failed himself in the transfer window. There's players that he wanted. He's already previously signed Mr. Amadou Haidara for RB Salzburg, who's now playing at RB Leipzig, and he's got that relationship there. I'm sure if the money was on the table, he would have taken him and he would have wanted him. Other players too. Zakaria, Juventus signed him for €5 million. Why wouldn't Rangnick want an extra midfielder in there, especially with Donny going out on loan and a player who maybe more fits the style that Rangnick's looking for? And how's about Julian Alvarez, the player who went to Manchester City for £14 million? I'm sure anybody in their right mind looking at that guy and the potential of the guy for £14 million would take a punt on him. But not our club, not our board, even with what's going on at the moment, even with players going out. the position weakened, and with what's happened with Mason, even then, they weren't willing to put their hand in their pockets and spend a little bit of money to improve us. We're not talking miracles here. We're talking getting Zachariah in for 5 million. We're talking getting Alvarez in for 14 million. You've already loaned out 4 players and recouped hundreds of thousands of pounds a week over the next 6 months. So what is the problem? It's a lack of ambition. That's what it is from the owners. Oh, I missed your super chat, did I? Sorry, guys. Hang on a second. I'm trying to catch up. Man United Hodge, how you doing there, my son? He says, I'm so disappointed in this guy. I can't believe it's been... Well, hang on a second. These are allegations, Man United Hodge, but I can't, before I read what you said, I want to change, I have to say that they're allegations. But yes, I mean, if the allegations are true, and listen, I just have to be careful what I say, then absolutely, Man United. Hodgie, what's going on? Okay, now, respectful comments. Yes, indeed. Please do get your respectful comments in. Once again, drop the like on the video if you're just getting in here, guys. Smash a like on the video. Get your thoughts in. Hit that subscribe button and have your say. You only need to be subscribed for 1 minute to chat in the live chat. So do hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so, and chat away and get involved. Right, okay, sorry. Let me just go and catch up with these super chats, guys. Give me a moment. I feel like I must. If people have sent it in, it's just absolutely rude if I ignore it. So give me a sec. I've got to go back and find them. Oh no, that is all of them. Oh, it was Hodges, wasn't it, who I missed? Yeah. I believe so. Jonathan Gallagher, Rush Mono, Roddy Can't Game, Blizzard Down, Paul Burgess. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Okay, right, hang on a sec. Let me get back into the chat now. Right, we're pretty much going to have a Q&A now, guys. If there is any more information that comes out over the course of the next however many minutes, we will, of course, give you all that information in regards to Mason Greenwood. But as things stand, he's been further arrested. There's an investigation going on. He's been arrested for, on suspicion of sexual assault and threats to kill. That is what he's been further arrested on, guys. So that's the situation as it is. Also, just, it's obviously much lesser news, but I just wanted to mention it. The FIFA 22 stuff, he's been removed from the game. He's no longer in packs, I believe, in Ultimate Team as well. And he's removed from the career mode and stuff like that. So FIFA taking the move and the stance right now to suspend him in the game. Nike have also suspended him as well. Suspended, the relationship at this moment in time. Yeah, that is the situation. No worries, Man United Hodge. No worries, my friend. No worries, Hodgie. Appreciate you getting in here. Thank you for the $5 Aussie super chat there, my son. Appreciate you. Yep, Andy Young says it even came out the manager couldn't make decisions on who came and who left. We need football and decisions, not a bunch of bankers who only care about making a quick profit. 100%, mate. You know what it is, though, to be honest with you, Andy Young, I'm going to be totally honest, all it boils down to, it's not Rangnick's fault. It's not Rangnick's fault. He's been involved deeply with football clubs behind the scenes, developing RB Leipzig over many different, areas in the club, not just the coaching, but also football development, recruitment, youth scouting, all the rest of it. So, trust me, if he was given the freedoms to do it, he would do it. If he was given a big pot of money, he would do it. It boils down to the Glazers and their ownership. Hashtag fucking Glazers out, guys. That's what we have to, understand about the club. Listen, there's a bigger picture here. Sorry to bring it back to this, but, Glazers out, man, because they have, that's more, what more do you need from that transfer window? What more do you need from that transfer window to prove how much lack of ambition that our owners actually do hold in this football club? Because we're not exactly in a great position. We're not in a healthy position. But they're happy to just do what? Make us finish what? Just fourth? Or if we're lucky, realistically, could finish lower than that. And they're happy with that, are they? What a fucking joke. We should be making strides to compete with the very best in the league. We should be trying to snatch out Julian Alvarez from underneath City's noses. We should be going to get Zachariah for dirt cheap. Or we were offered Boubacar Kamara in the window as well. Turned him down. We're not interested. Fabrizio Romano reported or said on his Twitch, I think, or somewhere the other day that we have been offered, but ultimately there was no interest from Manchester United. There's been no interest from Manchester United. That's what it is. So hashtag Glazers out. Get those green and gold emojis in there. This will be the case until the club is sold. Green and gold until the club is sold. It will always be the way because they are, like you say, like you just said, there's a bunch of bankers in charge of our football club, who are running the football club. And, Woodward's just gone. That's great. But another yes man's coming in the position here. Okay, you got to give Richard Arnold a chance. Yeah, okay, fine. But I would much prefer it if we had a lot of proper football people connected with the history of this football club. Just imagine this. Just imagine if our whole sort of board or football decision-making hierarchy was made up of people like Edwin van der Sar, football director, maybe, or something. Obviously Sir Alex on the board, but, Sir Alex and, obviously, the legends of this club. Patrice Evans, get him involved, mate. He fucking loves this football club. I know he loves this football club. I love this game. He loves Manchester United, doesn't he? He does. It's clear. Rio Ferdinand's got a lot of love for the club. I'm not saying that all of these footballers are perfect for whatever roles. I'm just saying there are players out there. There are people connected with this football club who would have, at the very least, the best interests of this football club at heart. And so we don't have that right now because, like you said, it's a bunch of financial yes men in there. But make no mistake about it, guys. While those guys are still owners of this club, this will always continue where we are left behind by the top teams. Always. This will always be the way. They might spend in one window, get Ronaldo, Sancho, Varane, but then in the next window, look what they're doing there. Offloading everybody, tightening the purse strings, loaning people out, not signing anybody, even with the situation as it is. So what more proof do you need that this club is run by a bunch of unambitious melters who don't care about how well this football club does? They just care about how much money this football club generates for them. That is the truth of the matter. And we know that because they are classic businessmen. they're just, these entrepreneurs, fair enough. They bought it. It's a business to them. They own it. But it's not a business to us. It's a passion for us. We love the club. And that's why when things like this happen where players are being alleged to have sexually assaulted people and all this, it hurts us as fan base. It only hurts them in the back pocket, I bet. That's all it hurts them in. But for us, it hurts us much, much deeper than that. So, yeah, we've got... And also, when they don't sign the players, it hurts us too, because we know how far we are behind Liverpool and City and the likes of those teams right now. And to make strides, we have to bring players in. I don't want to make this a transfer rant video, but we've got Fred and McTominay in the middle of the park, guys, for fuck's sake. Man, Brighton have got a better midfield than us. Wolves have got a better midfield than us. We've got McFred in the centre of the park. So whichever way you look at it, we have not got the best equipped squad to even get fourth place between now and the end of the season, especially with Greenwood gone now, especially with the 4 players we loaned out and the fact that Jesse's staying and stuff like that. We haven't got the best placed team to do that. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Solskjaer99. Couldn't agree more. The method, you're right. From a greater point of view, the Premier League and the previous owners of Manchester United obviously had a due care, in my opinion, to do better, and they didn't. So I agree, Solskjaer99. He says the method in which the Glazers purchased the club should be illegal, though. Pure gashness. Totally agree. How could it be okay to jeopardize the future of a 100-year plus brand football club like Manchester United to shackle them with £800 million worth of debt, wasn't it? Or 800 million pounds worth of debt, whatever it was. How is that okay? And then most other clubs would fold under that sort of a debt. It's only the fact that Manchester United has such a huge loyal fan base, commercially massive around the world, they're able to sustain such an insane debt over those years and still carry on as a football club. That's the only way, and still pay off these large interests every single year on these debts. That's the only way. You just think about the interest alone that's going back to paying those debts off. That money, if it was a proper owner who came in, that money could be invested into the football club, invested into improving all things at the club. So, yeah. Thank you for subscribing there, Gaithy Goat. I appreciate you, my friend. Right, let's have a proper Q&A. I'm going to get into the chat. Once again, guys, smash that like button. Hit the subscribe if you're new. Get in the chat with your thoughts and opinions. Richard Arnold officially becomes the new chairman and chief exec. Okay, I've got some. I wanted to give some positive news in this video. I'm sure the chat's going to be mostly about, well, what this video is about. But I wanted to give some positive news in this video, as it is a Manchester United latest news show, and that is this. There's Paul Pogba trading, looking back to fitness, my son. And we need him now more than ever too. Like, we've all of a sudden gone from like being like, oh yeah, let's sign midfielders and get rid of Pogba, and let's sign, players in other positions that we need and get rid of Lingard, to actually, wow, we need Pogba now until the end of the season, and we also need Lingard now until the end of the season. So, just some good positive news about Paul Pogba back in training, gallivanting around there, running around like a stallion, my son. Hopefully he's back to fitness and gets in the team, because honestly, guys, at this moment, I didn't think I'd say this, but Pogba should start in the team when he gets back, when he's fit, because he's actually a quality player on his day. And I think that because of the situation, the way it is with his contract running down at the club, the fact that he could get a move to PSG in the summer, he wants to put himself in the best possible position and impress the most amount of people possible, the most amount of potential suitors for a new club. That includes Manchester United, by the way, but if he's going to get a new contract offer from United, he's going to have to do bloody well between now and the end of the season. So for that reason, I think he'll perform. But also, he's been out for a while. He's going to be hungry. And United need him now. Rangnick needs him now. That midfield of McFred is very ropey. And Pogba, I think, going in there, if he performs and if he's up to it and if he actually puts in the effort that we want him to, I think he will do well for Rangnick in a Rangnick system. I think he could do well. He at least can pass the ball. You know what I'm saying, guys? At least he can pass the ball. Fred, unfortunately, is not technically as good. McTominay's a bit better, but Pogba's leagues ahead in terms of passing the ball. And Rangnick's all about taking control of games with possession and obviously, pressing and things like that. But Pogba, in terms of being able to control a game with his passing, he can do that. He can do that. It's a fair point, United, till I die, my friend. He says, exactly, stop buying merch and season tickets. People say on social media they will, then they turn up. Yeah, you see, the problem is, though, it's deeper than that. I can understand they're not buying merch thing, and I agree entirely, but to tell somebody not to go and watch the club that they support, because they do support the team, it's the team that they support. They're not going to support the Glazers, just to be clear. So I know what you're saying, and, the biggest way to actually protest is with your feet. Don't turn up, don't go, don't give them the money. I do agree. But also, it's hard when it's like, I look forward every week to watching Manchester United play. Am I just going to cancel the Sky Sports subscription and fucking, and never watch them again? Well, I don't know, mate. I mean, I don't really want to do that. I want to watch Man United. I want to watch the lads. I want to see them play. So from that point of view, it's difficult because we are fans of the team. We're not fans of the Glazers. We're not fans of the owners. We couldn't give a toss who owns this football club apart from, what their due care is of the club. If it was somebody who had the best interest, we'd love it, obviously. But all we care about is the way they run the club. It's not who owns the club. We don't care who owns the club. It's about fucking how they run the club and what they do and how ambitious they are. Nice one, Rush Marlow says we've got 322 likes. Do keep hitting that thumbs up if you're just joining us, guys. That is a lot of likes on the video. Thank you, every one of you that's dropped the like. It's free. You might as well help us boost us up there on the algorithm. Smash that like button up there. And also get involved in the chat with your opinions. Okay, so is there any update on Greenwood being charged, says Sean O'Sullivan? No. So this is the update here. I'll just make it a little bit larger for you again real quick. So in a statement, Greater Manchester Police said detectives have been granted further additional time to speak to a man in his 20s, and who was arrested on suspicion of rape and assault of a woman. The suspect was detained in custody on Sunday, the 30th of January afternoon, after we became aware of online social media images and videos posted by a woman reporting incidents of physical violence. He continues to be questioned after magistrates authorised an extension until tomorrow. So that's an extension from the police in terms of their arrest and investigation and holding him, basically, for questioning and things like that, I believe. But following inquiries so far, he has since been further arrested on suspicion of sexual assault and threats to kill. So that is the situation as it is reported by all the different news outlets, BBC News, Sky Sports, etc. That is the news there. Yeah, it's horrible, mate. Horrible stuff. I mean, the allegations are horrible, guys. The allegations are absolutely horrible. We have to tread carefully on this channel. Once more comes out about it, I'll give you more deep opinion. But right now, we have to tread carefully, guys. And I hope that all of you in the live chat do tread fairly carefully as well. Let's just separate this whole situation for a moment, and let's just say this: any form of domestic abuse, violence towards another person, rape, sexual assault, threats to kill, anything like that is absolutely abhorrent behavior, guys. It's absolutely disgusting behavior. So I just want to just put a pin in it and say, I don't want to disconnect a moment from what we discussed. And I just want to say that whole thing, if any domestic abusers out there, anybody who's, beating up their partners, men and women here, or anybody that's forcing anything in regards to sexual activities or anything like that, I just like to say, they're all scumbags, and also I hope that the victims of all of those incidences, both men and women, I hope that they get the support that they need, and I hope that they can move on from this, and I hope that they do reach out and get the help that they need. So I just want to say that. Yeah, that's right, true. I mean, it's going to take ages to process. We're absolutely Social 99 says sexual violence cases normally take ages to process. We're in this for the long run. Hope justice prevails. Hey, Footboy Brownie, what's going on, mate? Good to see you in here, bro. Sorry, I missed a couple of super chats there. Footboy Brownie, thank you for the 79p super chat there, man. Get in there. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for subscribing there, Joey. Man United Hodge, thank you very much for the $5 Aussie dollar super chat there, mate. He says, I can't believe Rangnick gave permission for Lingard to leave on loan, and the Glazers overruled him and said, no, he's staying. Glazers the fuck out, mate. Hey, fair play to you, Man United Hodge. I totally agree with you, you Aussie legend. I can't believe that. Well, I don't think that Rangnick was, yeah, but the situation changed, didn't it? There was permission for him to go out on loan, obviously. But then, look what happened. We didn't sign anybody else. We should have just signed some players, mate, really. That's what should have happened. Crikey. Okay, let's have a look at this then. So, nothing new. Thank you very much. Yes, statement. So there's nothing new in regards to Mason Greenwood now, guys. So that's the latest news. I don't think anything else is going to come out in the next few minutes or hours even. There's probably still investigations that are taking place. It's going to be days now, and obviously with more information of what's going on yet to be revealed, and more information about whether there's charges or trials and all sorts of things like that is all not known. So we'll have to we'll update you as and when it happens, guys. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click that post notification bell. Give it a cheeky little post bell. What tick? Does it tick? I think it ticks, doesn't it? Tick, tick, tick the bell. Like your name was Quasimodo. Esmeralda the bells. Anyway, so sorry, guys. You got to laugh to stop from crying sometimes, don't you, mate? There's some crikey. Anyway. Yeah, well, there you go, Casing. Lots of things building up now in regards to Mason Greenwood. It's not good. It's not good, mate. It's fucked up, says Jogo. You're right about that. Chuff says, what players should we have bought while not knowing who's going to be manager in a few months? Cheap ones, potential ones who could grow, who will develop and will have great potential, and who are also not a risk. Such as, I can name you 3 right now. Boubacar Kamara could have been had for 10 to 12 million. 21 years of age, France international, will be, for the next decade. Looking Kamara, potential great for France. Also, Julian Alvarez, 14 million. Argentina wonder kid, 21, went to City. No good excuse not to at least have no negotiations for him. And Dennis Zakaria, 5 million quid. CDM, okay, he's had some injury issues, but he's put that behind him over the last sort of year. He's he's gone to Juventus, another good team. They wanted him. There were talks of Dortmund, Bayern also being interested in him at one point. Why are those clubs being linked? Why did Juventus buy him and we didn't? He was only 5 million euros. So I don't really understand. And we were linked to him for a year. We've been linked to him for years. Dennis Zakaria. So it's not like he's not on Manchester United's radar. But he's a good player. He would be a good player. I'm not saying he's a great player. I'm not saying we're going to go buy Scholesy or whatever. No, but he's a fucking good player. And for 5 million euros, there is no risk. So I know what you're saying. Like, why should we buy players for the new manager? Well, those players aren't a risk. Even if the new manager wants to sell them in the summer, the club will probably make money. Get in there, their valuations will go up. Dennis Zakaria signed for 5 mil. You could sell it for more than that in the summer, definitely. Julian Alvarez for 14. He's only getting better and improving his profile and improving, etc. So there's just no good excuse for Manchester United not to strengthen and let Rangnick have a couple of players. I'm not bothered what anybody says. There's no good excuse. There isn't. Sorry to say. Apart from them being tight. That's it. You know, that's it. I understand not investing in a £50 million player for when Ralph Rangnick might not even be here in the summer. But I do not understand not investing in some cheap, good prospects who will only improve and will only rise in value anyway, and that's all they care about. So I really don't understand. I just don't understand. Hey, Jersey Strong, thank you very much for the $2 super chat. He says, Man U ran like an NFL team. Coach is a puppet. Yeah, sadly that's the case. The Glazers, that is the situation. Pretty much whoever is in charge of Manchester United has to be a yes man for the owners. That's pretty much the case, yeah. And, let's be honest, I don't think Ollie wanted to, the last summer transfer window wanted to not sign Sancho and just end up with, Cavani last minute. I don't think he wanted that. I think it's a cheap out from the owners. That was the window before. And I'm pretty sure that Rangnick this window, wanted to sign players. So I agree, Jersey Strong, it's the owners, isn't it? It's the owners. Right, okay, let's see what you guys are thinking then. Let's get into the live chat then. Let's get back into the live chat. Bunch of legends in here. Nearly 400 likes on this stream, guys. We're only 17 away. Drop the thumbs up on the video. If you're getting in here for the first time, you may as well. It's free. Kung Fu Cantonade the like. And also subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel. How the hell did Sir Alex Ferguson deal with those owners? Well, yeah, in all fairness, there was obviously there's a transitional period, wasn't there? The new owners came in. Fergie had to be a yes man for the owners, though, just so you know. Even Alex Ferguson, to a big extent, had to be a yes man for the owners. He did. He always said, I remember seeing various interviews with him, where he basically said, he was always sort of given, the players he wanted. He never had any issues with that and all that type of stuff. So, which I guess, if you go back and you look, was largely kind of true, but it's also because Ferguson was just such a fucking fantastic coach, and he just, and it's a different time. United had more a pick of the bunch. Like at the end of the season, Man United were more a prospect to sign somebody from a lower team than they are now. Like right now, the level playing field of the Premier League is apparent. Everyone's got money, and everyone can sign players, so you don't have to sell as much to the top teams. United had a bit more of a monopoly back then as well, just on that. Not going back to the 90s, that's even more so, but the late 2000s, we were still a massive powerhouse in terms of what we were able to do and pinch players off of other teams. We could just go and buy Dimitar Berbatov, for 32.5 mil or whatnot. We could do that. So we did, they did spend some money, even under Fergie, quite a lot. They got RVP, he was only 20 mil though, but they did, when they needed to, they did sort of spend for Sir Alex. But Sir Alex was a different animal, mate. He was the reason that the club, he was the reason that the club stayed afloat, did well. Let's face it, after they bought the club with all that debt money, we sold Cristiano Ronaldo for 80 million, right? Now, I know that's a great deal. At the time, it was too good to turn down. Right now, it seems like dirt cheap, for what they got. It was like the cheapest, best deal ever that Real Madrid got there, even for 80 million. Bargain. But, that obviously went some way to balancing the books early doors. That's the sort of thing they did. They got Antonio Valencia. So we lost Ronaldo, got Antonio Valencia for like 15 mil or whatever it was. Maybe it was 20, I don't know. Always scrimping, mate. Always scrimping. Always lowering the standard. That's the problem. Always lowering the standard at Manchester United, unfortunately, over the years. That's what it's turned into. That's why we've got Jesse Lingard as a potential key player now between now and the end of the season. That's why we've got McTominay and Fred in the centre of the park between now and the end of the season, because the standard has lowered massively. Valencia was a great player, Matthews Cruz. I'm not dissing on Valencia. I'm just saying that they cashed in, they used that money, and they didn't reinvest that money in players. They signed a player who was dirt cheap, but they didn't reinvest that money. So I'm just making examples of, like, them being shithouses is all I'm saying. Yeah. I know, Honey Badger, we bought Slabby Maguire for £80 million. For fuck's sake, £80 million. That is a proper bend over, that one. We needed to accept the fact that we have become a mid-table cash cow club, says Steve-O. Are you an Arsenal fan by any chance? No, in all fairness, I wouldn't say mid-table, because we're still challenging for the top. We're still in the Champions League as things are right now. But yeah, our standards have lowered massively, mate. Lowered massively. Thank you, Franklin Orlando, for subscribing to the channel, mate. Thank you very much. Oh, interesting. There's just a little bit of a Declan Rice update that's just come in here, actually. West Ham's January activity has increased the chance of big summer bids for Declan Rice. Hammers may have missed their best chance to keep him past this season. Interesting. Well, yeah, in the summer, I'm expecting Manchester United to spend. I think the Glazers will spend a lot this summer, but the damage has already been done, hasn't it? Victor Davies says, Mr. P, what I don't understand is so Fergie can sit in the stands and watch this pile of shit. Well, Victor, it's very obvious. It's very obvious why he can sit in the stands and watch the pile of shit. It's because he loves this football club just like the rest of the fans who go and sit in the stadium and watch this pile of shit. They're hoping for the best. They love the team. Fergie managed this team for, what was it? Fucking 20 fucking 6. Hang on. Was it 26 years? No, 26 years? 27 years? Oh, no, I've forgotten. It's about that. So 26 years, I think. So, trust me, he knows this club. He loves this football club. 27, 26, says Matthias. Yeah, he managed this football club for all that time. He loves this club. That's why he comes in. That's why he pours. Have you ever seen a goal? Well, you have, obviously. But you know when the camera pans over to Fergie in the crowd, even nowadays, when Man United score, he looks like a happy little kid. He looks filled with joy. He loves Manchester United, just like we all do. So, I can't blame him for going to want to support the team. That's all I'm saying. Just like I can't really blame anybody for having a season ticket going to support the team, even if, the best protest maybe is not turning up. But you love the team. It's not the Glazers you're supporting, as I said earlier. Good evening there, Night Whisper. What's going on? The Wolf Among says we need at least 5 quality, and I mean quality players to catch Man City and Liverpool. Thank you, Night Whisper says smash the likes of always. Thank you so much, Night Whisper. Do drop a like for just getting in. That was horrible, that one, Payson, when Dalglish was laughing. I hated that. There you go, Matthias Cruz, 1986 to 2013. So it's either 26 or 27 years. Because actually, you say do the math there, Matthias, but it's not clear because it depends on which months he was appointed, etc. So, all right, Billy Big Bollocks, calm down. Anyway, Sim says Martin Edwards, Johnny Evans, Roy Keane, Rio Ferdinand, Ryan Giggs. Oh no. He's just doing a list of. Anyway, fair enough. I thought you were saying. Okay. Batman Night Fan says we need 5 players. We do. Yep. Kate Cadet says where the fuck are the fan protests? Enough is enough. I agree, Kate Cadet, mate. I do agree. It's almost like the situation where, the Liverpool game was called off again, isn't it? It feels that disgustingly bad at the club right now that, I imagine there's got to be some. Yeah, Rush Mano, there you go. He summed it up very well. He says, I hate the Glazers, but I can't not go to Old Trafford. I love United, but I know I'm lining their pockets. Rush Mano, but you've got a love and a passion for Manchester United. You don't have a love and a passion for the owners. It's just a shame that the situation is as it is. If Elon Musk owned Manchester United, you'd fucking love paying the money to go and support them. You don't like paying the money, but you do pay it because you support the club and you want Manchester United to do well, and you want the club and the players and everything to do well. So there's nothing wrong with supporting the club. But, it's just a realization that the owners are absolutely shite. And unfortunately, until they're gone, that money from those season tickets, in all fairness, it probably isn't used in 100% right way, is it? Let's be honest. So there you go. But anyway, what can we do? That's businesses for you, That's businesses for you. If KFC decide to make their fucking mini fillet burger an extra 10p more, you just got to suck it or don't buy it, Anyway, that was a really bad analogy. Anyway, Mama Talia, thank you for getting in here with the subscription there. Marty McFly, thank you for becoming a member of the Baker Brigade again now. Get in there, we got a new member of the Baker Brigade, Marty McFly. Welcome aboard the Bacon Express land. Thank you so much. Can everybody get your favourite channel member emoji in there for Marty? Welcome, Marty. Welcome in, Marty. Matthias Cruz says, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, or Jeff Bezos? Piggy, who would you prefer as owner? Definitely Elon Musk. That guy's a lunatic, mate. That guy is a lunatic. He would make Manchester United the best club in the world. I'm pretty sure of that. We'd have like a Tesla driving the match ball on before the game. All the players be rocking in the Teslas. We'd have a SpaceX rocket delivering the match ball before the game. We'd have solar panels. He'd completely do the roof at Manchester United. He'd re-roof Manchester United with Tesla solar roof panels. We'd have the whole stadium looking a shimmering blue, generating electricity for the stadium and the surrounding area as well, people in the surrounding area, etc. And we'd have, we'd have Tesla on the shirt instead of this shite. Oh, this is Chevrolet, but instead of the shite T-Viewer Gash, we'd have Tesla. Everybody would be able to buy their match tickets using fucking Dogecoin. You know what I mean? It would be fucking amazing. It would be absolutely amazing. We'd have loads of money. We'd have, he's super, super, super rich. He could chuck 5 billion into United. It's nothing. Mate, you know what? Instead of having a protest for the Glazers, maybe we should fucking get a campaign going in all seriousness. Elon Musk, just fucking please buy Manchester United. You know what I mean? Tesla on the kit, absolutely. Musk Trafford says no, he couldn't change the name. He could not change the name. Imagine if he changed it to Tesla Trafford. SpaceX Trafford. that'd be absolutely fantastic. Oh, no, but I don't think we'd do that. I think he'd realise that the traditions are the traditions. But he'd brand it. Everywhere else would be branded Tesla, though, yeah. Sponsored by Doge. There you go, fire up. Get on the phone, pig. You got this sus as the Vutinator. Precisely. Tesla's the best car ever. Me, they're amazing, aren't they? I'd love to have one of those bad boys. Get on the phone, pig. You've got this sussed. 51% of Man United, Elon Musk. Elon doesn't even like football. He even calls it soccer. Yeah, that's true, Ezzy Odator. I mean, he is a passion project kind of guy. He sort of does stuff he wants to do. So, yeah, that's why he's, doing the solar panels, and that's why he's doing the space exploration and also the cars. So that's a fair point. But we could convince him. You know what I mean? Pig, you start the campaign, we'll sign it. Okay, I will do, Vincent. I genuinely will do. We could have a robot in defense as Madhouse. No, but you know what? He's also got a company called Neuralink. Right, get this. He's got a company called Neuralink, which effectively, it's trying to find, it connects to your neurological pathways to be able to, assist people who have... Basically, it makes you a fucking superhuman being. You know what I'm saying? That's what potentially, maybe we could just slide that in there. Slide that in. All of a sudden, Jesse Lingard is actually like Lionel Messi Lingard. You know what I mean? We've unlocked his... It's like that movie Limitless. You know what I mean? We've unlocked his ability because of Elon Musk's Neuralink company. Crikey. Anyway, Stefan, I don't know. But in all fairness, he would be a much better owner. A much better owner than what we've got now. He couldn't be any worse, could he? I would like the idea of having the roof fixed at Manchester United. Mate, that would be good, wouldn't it? Rocket launcher at Salford Quays, says Honey Badger. Test site at Salford Quays. Oh, get in Elon, says Nikolai Lindquist. Let's get hashtag Elon in the live chat. That won't help Slab, says Cedric Burner. 430 likes from Henrik Kjellman. Thank you, Henrik. Guys, see if we can get 450 then. That's awesome. Loads of likes on the vid today. Thank you very much for showing the support. I know it's a horrible topic. We're having a bit of a laugh now, a bit of a banter now about some other stuff because you've got to. You've got to, guys. Otherwise, life just gets all on top of you, doesn't it? You've got to have a laugh. There's nothing to laugh about that situation. Obviously, we've disconnected from that topic and we're having a laugh about this. But just to be clear, nobody's laughing about the topic of that. Anyway, Rushmano, mate, thank you for another £5 super chat, lad. He says, all we need is the class of 92 plus a fan consortium to buy the club. Yeah, that's right. Fergie on board, class of 92, and then lots of famous fans as well. Surely people like, I don't know, Mick Hucknall or fucking Christopher Eccleston or, who are some other famous United fans? Surely they could all band together, put a few mil in each and have a nice stake in the club and buy it as a consortium. I totally agree with you, mate. The only problem is, the only way I see it is this club to buy Manchester United. When you look at what sports franchises go for, I think it would take £5 billion to buy Manchester United tomorrow. I think if you went to an offer with $5 billion for the Glazers, they would snap your hand off. But essentially, they're making a huge amount of money every single year, and this asset's only increasing in value for them. And they're making they can just hold this. They could just hold this and make a huge profit every single year. And eventually in the future, in 20 years' time, sell it for even more than $5 billion. So that from that point of view, so you have to make it sweet for the deal, you know, in order to do it. And because of that, it's a huge amount of money you're talking about. You know, these franchises go for billions of dollars. These American NFL ones, you know, the UFC was purchased, you know, a few years ago for, I think that was nearly $5 billion. So stuff like that, you know, where there's hundreds of millions of fans around the world. It's gonna cost Gary Oldman, Batman Night fan, absolutely. It's gonna cost a huge amount. Khabib Nurmagomedov, Bolt McGregor. Could you imagine Khabib and McGregor both investing in Manchester United and then having a fight in the fucking stands? Oh my goodness me! You see that flying eagle kick just off the fucking rose edge? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, crikey. Social 99 says, holding back the years. Dun-dun-dun. I'll keep holding on. It's a good tune, Social 99. Nice one. Thank you very much, Social 99. Big Cub Bob at £2 super chat as well. He says Woodward earned 46 million over 15 years at United. Oh, that is so disgusting, isn't it, mate? I'm so happy Woodward's out. Let's get hashtag Woodward out in the chat. Even though he's out, let's get hashtag Woodward stay out, because we don't want him dealing with any business. PS says Enon would suck. He would talk about playing football in Mars when this lad can't even play on Earth. That's a good point. He'd be like, right, guys, new league. You know you were talking about that European Super League? No. Time for a zero gravity space league. Here we go. Good point. Good point, PS. Crikey. Woodward gone, says Cedric Burner. Woodward stay out, says Kojak's Football Shack. Woodward stay out, says JRB. Thank you for subscribing there, Master Ultra 233. I appreciate you, my man. Yeah, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury as well, Mateus Cruz. Good shout. Joe Rogan, what? Is Joe Rogan a Man United fan? I never knew that, Mateus. You what? The only way he's released is for him to buy Manchester United. Yeah. Okay, Chrissy J. So this is the situation with a charity stream, guys. So listen, I was going to do a charity stream tonight for water.org, a FIFA charity stream. But in light of what's happened and just I was thinking about it, I'm going to do it for a domestic abuse charity. But there's been a few suggestions from me. I've got a few here. We've got a few White Ribbon UK. There's the Refuse and a few other people have made suggestions. I'm going to spend some time researching which domestic abuse charity I want to raise money for. And so the stream may be tonight, or at the very latest, it's going to be tomorrow night, where, you know, just because I like to look into things properly, I like to find out what their CEOs are on, how much money they're making. I like to find out what if they're truly a non-profit type charity and how much of the actual money that's raised goes to the final source and how much is used up in the administration costs. I need to know these things. So when I've looked at all of that stuff for a good domestic abuse charity, I'm going to do it for a domestic abuse charity, my friend. Anyway, no worries, Night Whisper. Do it, says Night Whisper. He's a Musk fan, says Daniel Farr. Oh, right, that's true. Yeah, get Joe Rogan on board. Yeah. Fury would be a great owner. Yeah, I love his passion and the way he goes about himself. You know what I mean? He's got belief in himself, that's for sure. Thank you, Night Whisper. Memphisto 40 says Manchester United will buy a new winger next season and then Lingard will be off to Newcastle. Probably Memphisto. Yeah, he's got like a bigger chance of getting more money, I think, at Newcastle for one last big fat contract in his career. So I do think that's likely. Also, West Ham might break the bank for him in terms of wages and stuff, because let's face it, there's no transfer fee to pay in the summer. Yes, there's a signing on bonus, agent fees. They'll want more because he's a free agent. But still, in comparison, it's a lot cheaper than going to do business and paying 15, 20 million for the player. They can afford, West Ham could afford to give him a decent contract. So he'll probably have two clubs fighting for him, if not three. Like Rushy said earlier, you know, you could see the situation where Manchester United bottle it this year or in the summer, and we end up signing Jesse Lingard up to a new contract because of what's happened. So, you know, there's a few outcomes that could happen. But yeah, you're right. I mean, that could happen. I could see him going to Newcastle. Thank you, Cedric Burness. Says good decision. Luke Cooper says love hearts in the chat. Thank you, Luke Cooper. Let's get some love hearts in the live chat for anybody that's that's been affected by anything we talked about in this video today, guys. Domestic abuse and sexual assault and all the rest of it. You know, let's get some love hearts in there for those people. Never mind me, Luke Cooper. But thank you, Luke Cooper, you legend. Okay, so Jersey Strong with a $2 super chat says, if Elon Musk buys Man United, he can do as he chooses, says Jersey Strong. Well, Yeah, I mean, just like the Glazers can do as they choose. They can sit in their ivory towers in New York City and just, satellite manage the club, or get other people, these bankers in charge, and just pay off the debts and service the debts and take out dividends and sell stocks and increase the stock value and, all the rest of it that they're doing. Yeah, Elon Musk could do what he wanted. Anybody could do what they wanted when they buy it. If you're the owner of the club, I mean, yeah, if he wanted to change the name of the stadium to a fucking Maxi Tampon Stadium and got a sponsorship from Tampon, then he could do it, couldn't he? But we wouldn't be happy about it. But I don't think he would. The fact is, we have a problem with our owners being not good owners. That's what it boils down to. You know what I mean? I would love a SpaceX rocket delivering the match ball one every week. Noto says, donate it to a local shelter directly per chance. At least you know the money is going to the direct parties. Yes, I feel you, but I think we'd probably do better in raising money for a good cause for either a global or an international type charity, to be perfectly honest with you, Notos. I know what you're saying, but there are good big charities out there too that don't take a lot of money to get that final money to a good destination, There are good big charities too, don't Notos. And I think it's more likely that, we would raise a bigger amount if it's for a general, we'll have to look. I don't know which one it's going to be yet, but I know what you're saying, Notos. But I think we would probably do better raising more money for the domestic abuse in general if we look at the right charity anyway. But yeah, no, we'll look into it. This is what I need to do. I need time to look into it and find out which one we're going to do it for. Irish Gamer Girl, what's going on? Says Flying Pig in. Thank you for getting in it, Irish Gamer Girl. What's going on with you, Legendess? Oh, long time member. Look at that. The little piggy emoji. Guys, get your highlighted member comments in there if you want. I want to know how long some of you have been members. Sing Games, what's going on with you? My mate in Liverpool used to get beat up by his missus. He would be having a drink and she would just right hook him. Like, what the fuck? Mate, Sing Games, dude. I've witnessed some of it myself as well. I mean, I've luckily never really been a victim, or never really been a victim of it, and I've never obviously made anybody a victim of it either. But I know people, friends of mine, who are affected by it and who do sort of brush it under the carpet and stuff like that. And you try to talk to them about it, and it's a very touchy subject, especially from a man's point of view. That is the problem. That is the problem, mate. It's like there's a stigma attached with men seeking help for domestic abuse from a woman, but it does happen in many different ways, not just physical abuse as well. So, yeah, no. I agree, Sing Games. It's sad when that happens with anybody, whether it's a man, whether it's a woman. I just want to say once again, at the top of the live chat is a link to the International Domestic Abuse page helpline page on Wikipedia, which has a full list of all different numbers and helplines and stuff like that you can reach out to if you are a member or if you are a victim of domestic abuse. Yeah, they get defensive. It's sad, mate. I know, Sing Games. They get very defensive. I know. That's what happens. Because I've tried to talk about it as well. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say which friend. I'm not going to say whatever. Of course not. It's all private. But yeah, I know one of my friends has suffered with that in the past, and I've tried to talk about it. But yeah, you just get, like you say, often it's a negative response that you get, my son. Because ultimately, a lot of love exists between two people as well. Sometimes, even the abusers in certain situations, they do love the person that they're with, but they're just a bit of a shit. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of emotion, and obviously the person that's being abused often they love their partner. That's why they're still with them as well. That's why they got with them and all the rest of it. It's just that things have transpired, things happen. Obviously, they're not, they're being abused. So it's hard to get out of that. It is hard to get out of that for people. It's very hard to get out of that routine, Ragnick's literally the only good thing about our club at the moment. Well, yeah, I don't really think it's his fault that we didn't sign anyone. I am disappointed that he hasn't got maybe a bit more power to be able to do it, because I thought he was coming in, to go into a consultancy role afterwards. So surely he can advise on transfers. I know there might be a new coach coming in, but he can advise. And also, if there's a good bargain available, surely he's got the freedom to pull the trigger on them. How does a gracious buy United with debt? What does that mean? Thank you for subscribing there, Terry, to the channel. Hello from India, Navan23. Thank you, says, love the channel. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Navan23, man. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Shout out to India, my son. Get in there. Where's everybody watching from in the world? Let me know. Yes, Rush, it's hard to find a quarterback, and many guys only come back on one-year deals because of Brady. Are you talking about NFL? But actually, it does affect our situation because it's their money. They own that club, don't they, right? That's lost Brady. That's right, yeah. I mean, I know nothing about NFL. But in terms of them losing a player, the big player for them, now they're going to have to maybe spend money on their team again. And so Manchester United are going to lose out. That's how I view it as well. Possibly. Kate Cadet says, ever since my nephew discovered TikTok and its annoying videos, my anxiety has gone through the roof. But where's the help for that? There might be a TikTok helpline somewhere, Kate Cadet, possibly. Hey, Vincent Bullis says, I can't believe Pig's not seen my comments or answered any of them. To be fair, Vincent, you've probably, you know, I've probably missed loads of comments. I've missed Ryan Mellies as well, and Big Dog Bob, and Night Whisper. No, sorry, I did say one of Night Whispers. I missed Elliot Manduna as well. Owen Thorne, Claire Mouchai, not just you, Vincent Bullock. There's a lot of people watching me. 501 people in here right now. A lot of them are commenting. You're gonna have to cut me some slack. Brazil says Matthias Cruz. Norway says Night Whisper. Nice one, Jay. Vincent Bullock, what did you say, man? Try and put it in there again. I can't really scroll up. There's just too many comments going through. I know it is the one. That is the one bad thing about there being a lot of people watching. I can't do much about that, though. I'm trying my hardest to keep up with the comments here. Yeah, Logan says there's too many comments for Pig to read all of them. Absolutely. Rushmano says fire for Omondi. Omondi Juma, what's going on, my man? He says Ralph will now demonstrate his coaching skills without the need of big signings. P.S. A great watch. Thank you, Omondi. I really appreciate that, man. And also, yes, good point. Are we going to see the development of a couple of youngsters? Maybe Medjby given a chance or somebody else. Is he going to actually stick with this German 4-2-2 penis formation that he's playing with, the 4-2-2-2? I should say the narrow, and utilise the fact we have got wing backs, but we don't have a lot of wide players, but we have got wing backs. Is he going to play more narrow system again? Or is he going to do other stuff? You're absolutely right. We will actually see, I guess we will see just how good Rangnick is, because he's got a skeleton squad to get us to where we need to be by the end of the season, which is 4th place, and hopefully, you know, in the latter stages of these cups as well. I mean, our standards, our ambitions are dropping by the day. A week ago, I was like, we have to win the FA Cup. You know, we've got to win the FA. Now it's like, God, we've got to get to the latter stages and 4th. We are diminishing our standards by the day because of the window and stuff and what's happened at the moment, the situation. But I agree, Armandi, like, it's a good chance for him to demonstrate himself now. It really is. Like, if he does a great job now, he's even a better manager, isn't he, really? Claire Mouchai says, you are probably the only person outside my country who has pronounced my second name properly. Oh, thank you very much. Did I say it correctly again, or did I butcher it the second time? Thank you for that, Claire. I appreciate that. I try. You donate £1,000 to help them buy Man United cause. Yeah, United till I die. That's it. If there was a big fan consortium, plus a big celebrity consortium, as we said, get all the famous United fans and all the class of 92, any ex-legends who want to play for the 60s, who want to buy it for the 60s, 70s, 80s, and even more modern. Anybody who wants to get involved with a consortium of buying Manchester United from the Glazers, I think that's the best thing that could possibly happen. At least it would be in safe hands then. And at least it would be spread across lots of different people. There would be a consortium. It would be a consortium. So it would be great. But we can only hope. Pascal Harry says, Jedi from Mauritius, what's going on, bro? Heartbroken about Mason, but if guilty, needs to be punished. Absolutely, if guilty. Oh, yeah, if guilty, guys. If the allegations are true and what we're, hearing and everything's founded and is correct and is proven, of course. Oh, he needs to feel the full extent of the law, really, if what they're saying is, or not saying, but what is alleged, it comes out to be true. Forget top 4 now, it's gone, says Kate Cadet. Vincent Bullock says, I want Hannibal in the team over Lingard. I just scrolled up to find your comment then, Vincent, because I realised that there's so many comments missing through. I had to scroll up 2 pages, Vincent. Cut me a freaking break, man. Anyway, he says he'd like to see Vincent Bullock. He would like to see Hannibal in the team over Lingard. Great shout. So the only concern I've got with Hannibal is he's obviously, what is he, 18? He's still pretty young. I mean, he's also, is he a true winger? Listen, guys, I've only watched a handful of games of Hannibal Mejbri. I'm going to be totally honest. I've seen a lot of clips. I've watched a few at-length games, friendlies here and there, preseason stuff. But, he, from what I understand, I mean, he's more of a central player, but he can play in those wide areas. He is versatile. He does have the pace. He does have the skills and the dribbling ability and that sort of stuff to play in those areas. So he's versatile. Winger, says Night Whisper. Well, he could definitely play on the wing. He could definitely play on the wing. What's good about him is he can play all across that midfield as far as I'm aware. Your eyes will burst out after sometimes as will perplex you. Yeah, Kingface is a troll, isn't he? I think we're going to have to hide him soon. We'll give him one last chance, but yeah, he's just we like to give everyone a chance in it, but some people are just trolls, man. You know what I mean? And they probably do need sacking right off. But we'll give him one last chance, eh? Daniel Foss says we need to pull him in from the youth to help the team. Great shout, yes. Well, can't we get like Garner back on loan? You know what we seem to have all of our good youngsters out on loan at the moment. A lot of good players out on loan. Last Avenger says Hannibal's a 10. Right, yeah. So that's what I'd heard predominantly that he is. That he's more of a central player, but same time, you know, he can play in those wide areas because you just look at the lad on the ball. Look at how he controls the ball and how he runs. He's got pace and obviously dribbling ability and stuff like that. Rushmano, nice one. He says, one more shitty comment, I'll pay Pig your member fee myself. It's not even about that, Rushmano. I'd happily sack off a member if they're hurting the channel or being a troll or being a dick. So don't even worry about that, mate. If I need to swing the axe, I will. There you go. So yeah, last chance. Big God Bob says, if pretending to not have to have a headache in order not to have sex was a crime. Big God Bob. Really? I mean, oh my goodness me. You do push it sometimes. Big God Bob there as well, my son, you know. Crikey, I've got to remember to read stuff out before I start saying them. Yeah, the Sports Boff in 89 police were granted an extension, weren't they, until Wednesday to question or charge Greenwood not looking good, says the Sports Boff in 89. That's what he said. Do you think with all the commotion that Rashford, Ronaldo, Cavani and Bruno will lead the team forward? Lowry TV, I actually do. When you think about it, those players you've just mentioned there in terms of a quartet up front, you know, or forward players, Rashford, Ronaldo, Cavani and Bruno, crikey, you could do a lot worse, couldn't you? We have still got a great starting 11, even without the players that have gone for whatever reason. So, yeah, as long as they stayed fit, we could still do really well. That could easily happen. We do need to have youth players come in and help us out in terms of depth and rotation sometimes as well, because there's a bunch of games. People like Lingard, that's why we've kept him, and also Mejbri, other players like that. You got a sponsors yet, bro? No, Night Whisper. Actually, I mean, you can get a 20% discount off of manscaped.com using the code PIG, but it's not a sponsor. I don't get paid for it or anything. But might get a little kickback or something. I think I don't even know how it works. To be fair, it was just a trial. I need to email them actually. Anyway, so how do you think about your? How did I think about my channel's name? I just used to be a goalkeeper when I was a kid, a youth goalkeeper, and that was my nickname. In the end, I'd wish I called it something else, to be honest, because, you know, it's a bit of a stupid name for a Man United fan channel, you know? But it is what it is, mate. I'm sort of stuck with it now. I could change it, but the backlash would be insane. Yeah, Bell 691, I am still going. I'm going to wrap up this video now, though. I just realised I've been on here for over an hour and a half, so, you know, we should probably wrap it up then. That is the latest news. It was my nickname, yeah. Well, I was a bit porky, but I had the agility of a David De Gea beast, son. Thank you for subscribing, Yassine Fedeo. Appreciate you for hitting that subscribe button. And once again, everybody, if you're new here, we cover all the Man United news in a no bullshit way. We interact with the fans of Manchester United and also all of the live chat, everybody that's in here. You don't have to super chat. You don't have to be a member. You don't have to, again, you know, you don't have to. We give everybody a platform, or we try to. Obviously, when the chat is very, very busy, it's getting harder to do it. But we try to give everybody a say. Gungshi, what's going on, Gungshi? Says, what the heck? Oh, you just woken up, Gungshi. You just see in the news. Yeah, you're going to have to go back and watch this video, Gungshi. It's a shocker, mate. It's an absolute shocker, but that is the statement there if you want to just read the screen. In a statement, there it is. He's basically he's continued to be questioned, and he's been further arrested on suspicion of sexual assault and threats to kill. That is the current situation with Mason there, Gungshi, if you're just joining us. No notification again. Ted Zavala's new. Great to see you in here again, Ted, once again. You got anybody who's just getting in, please do rewatch this video. It'll give you all the information you need. Thugger 007, nice one, my man. Mateus Cruz, the Cake Cadet, thank you for the £2 super chat at the end here, bud. Musk aftershave by United. The Cake Cadet with a £2 super chat says, with the Mason stuff, we need to get a centre forward. Who do we get? Well, in an ideal world, if we were going to get a striker, you know, a forward player, we would go and get someone like Erling Haaland. But it's not an ideal world, is it? We probably won't end up being able to even challenge to sign him. And actually, I don't even really want to because his agent's a twat. But striker, who do we get? Harry Kane. I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's Mamasini with a €2 super chat says, no midfield. Thank you so much, Kate. No midfield, but our forward line is sterling. It is Mamasini. It is very good forward line, whichever way you look at it. Rashford, Sancho, Bruno, Cavani, Ronaldo. All of those guys are very good. The midfield is absolute championship fodder, like lower Premier League standard, in my opinion. I do strongly believe teams like Brighton, teams like Wolves, to name a couple, do have better midfields than Manchester United. West Ham, obviously. You know, other teams like that, they do have much better midfields than Manchester United. That's wrong. That shouldn't be the way. We should have one of the best midfielders in the league, if not the best. Paul Scholes, Roy Keane, Giggsy and Beckham. You know, that's the sort of standard that I'm looking at. No, not the standard we got here. So yeah, we did need to strengthen there. Thank you, Rushmano says, welcome all the new subscribers. Yes, indeed. Everyone who's new to this channel, thank you so much for climbing aboard and choosing to hit that subscribe button. If you are new, once again, hit the sub. There's a little bell icon there you can click as well if you want to get notified when we post and go live. We're on here every single day giving you all the latest United updates. Charity stream either tonight at 11 p.m, raising money for a good domestic abuse charity, which we're going to decide shortly, or tomorrow at 11 p.m. To be fair, guys, I wanted to do a proper roundup of the window. I'm probably not going to do that now because, well, I've almost done that in this video as well. So I'm probably not going to do that, but hey, look out for more content a bit later, around 10 p.m. or something. We might give you another update on some, if there's any United news or, you know, some sort of FIFA stream or something. Do keep a lookout, peeps. Do keep a lookout. Thank you, Zane, the LFC fan. How you doing there, boss? Sir Paul Scholesy. Did someone say Paul Scholes? Yeah, what a legend Paul Scholes was, man. Never had a fucking agent. Ellie says, like and subscribe, everyone. Much appreciated. Thank you, Ellie. Yeah, and once again, thank you for posting that in there. Link to the International Domestic Abuse Helplines at the top in the live chat. If you need it, guys, there is help out there. There are people you can talk to, or at least be able to, you know, at least be able to support in the sense of how to get that help. Martinez from Inter says, your absolution. Good shout, good shout. The Vutinator says, United by United, welcome. Hey there, DIR Footy says, if we signed Alvarez, we would have converted him to striker. Yeah, Alvarez would have been a great signing, especially under the circumstances. We bottled that one, DIR Footy, mate. We bottled that one. Rangnick was Thomas Tuchel's mentor, so he should be up to the task. Yeah, Thomas, and people like Jurgen Klopp, you know, he apparently Rangnick's the godfather of the Gegenpress. You know, Jurgen Klopp is but a student. You know what I mean? Apparently. I don't know. Thank you, Victor Davis says, keep it up. Thank you so much, brother. Winford as well. Thank you for getting in here. Says, Maguire comes up with an idea to play midfield. Maguire at CDM would be atrocious. The pace on him. He'd be like an even slower Matic. Actually, who is slower, Matic or Slavy? Who do you think wins in a slow-off? That's a tough one. That is a tough one. K-Cadet says, Calvert-Lewin to United for me. Okay, yeah, he's a good player. I mean, he's not a bad player. I think we could probably do better, but I think he is good. So, good shout there, K-Cadet. Probably not tonight, GTA Louis Batten, unfortunately not. Gung, she says, good idea. Yes, mate. We are doing it for a domestic abuse charity, mate. That's right. That's what we're going to do. We were going to do it for water.org, which seems like a good charity, obviously getting clean drinking water to people in places where they don't have it all around the world. But in terms of, at the moment, I think it's a good idea. But what I do need is a bit of time. So if it's not tonight, it will definitely be tomorrow that we do the charity stream, because I'm just going to consult with some of the moderator legends behind the scenes, do some of my own personal research. As I say, I need to know CEO expenses. I need to know how much of the money goes to the final source. I need to know the cost of raising that money. You know, how much, like, as in how much ends up at the charity, etc. And also non-profit status and all the rest of it, guys. There's a little bit, I can't just choose a willy-nilly charity. I've got to look into it. I want to support the best possible charity for it. So it's going to take a little bit of time to sort it out. Okay, so Sharon liked the stream for my man in red. Thank you, Night Whisper. I want to just say a special thanks to this community, everyone who supports this channel. This channel is growing, and it's because of you guys coming in here, tuning in, watching, being a part of the community, being channel members, and, you know, not just the channel members, but all the people who watch, everybody interacting with each other. We've built a community here, all the guys who support the show. Thank you very much. It is growing, and I appreciate every single one of you who watches and has your say and is part of this community. Is there anything slower than Slabby, says Primot? It moves backwards. Maguire is slower mentality too, says Madhouse. Oh, is there a Harriet Robson fund? That's quite an interesting idea, Fozzie Ozzy. I'm going to have to look into it, like I say, mate. I've got to look into ththese various different things, but that's interesting shout, lad. I've got a few other suggestions from people here. I'm going to do some research behind the scenes. Thank you, Logan M. Says Flying Pig United over any other for United fan channel. Thank you very much, Logan M. Guys, we're going to leave it there. 7 likes off of 500. You know what to do if you haven't done so. Drop a like before you go. Smash that subscribe button as well if you're new. Follow us on social media. We're on Flying. You can search us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Flying Pig United. Also, the website is unitedflyinghigh.com. So, please do get yourself involved. Give us a follow, give us a sub, click the bell icon so you get get notifications when we post. We will give you all the updates on this as and when there's new revelations or new information that comes to light, of course, in regards to the Mason Greenwood situation, the allegations and everything. We'll also bring you all the latest Manchester United news, because that's what this channel is. It's a Man United fan channel, and we cover all the latest news in a no bullshit way. Get yourself involved, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Guys, thank you for watching. Everybody in the chat, if I don't mention you in the next few seconds, thank you, though, for watching and getting in here. Henrik Kelman, Night Whisper, Fozzie Ozzy, the Cake Cadet, Fire Up, Ellie, Mark Ashton, Marco, Night Whisper. Oh, guys, hang on a second. I want to do a favour for Mr. G Wolf United very quickly. G Wolf United actually has... So this is fun. This is a bit of levity, guys. This is a bit of levity right here. He's got this stream set up. If anybody wants that International Domestic Abuse Helpline link on Wikipedia, please click it now before I replace the link. But go and check out G-Wolf's channel. Give him a subscribe as well, guys. He's doing his forfeit today in about half an hour, I believe, for when for Slabby Maguire not getting in the team of the year. He bet me I had to eat a Marmite sandwich, which makes me physically heave, or he has to eat salmon, which apparently makes him physically heave. If Maguire, I said Maguire was no way he's getting in the team of the year. This was at the start of the season. He said he is. And we put a bet on as to who's going to eat the thing that they hate the most if you lose. Well, let's just say Piggy ain't eating no Marmite sandwich. I know Ellie says salmon is delicious, and it's cooked salmon. It's fucking lovely, Ellie. I don't really understand it. Salmon's beaut. I reckon that's a cop-out, personally. I reckon he should have, I don't know, something a lot worse. But no, we're going to see him eat salmon. So hang on, G-Wolf, bit of a random end to the stream, but G-Wolf salmon eating stream is here. There you go. Guys, go and give him a follow. Go and give him, it's not starting for a little bit, but that's the link. Does that work? Does that link work? Yeah, that link works. All right, go and check him out, guys. I'm going to pin that to the top now then. Go check out G-Wolf's stream in about half an hour, guys. He's going to eat some salmon. Sounds fucking lovely to me, but there you go. Yeah, Marmite's horrible, isn't it, kicking it? Thugger07 says, I have Marmite any day. Oh, I can't stand it. Anyway, it is a bit of a dumb bet. Yeah, Harry Maguire to get Team of the Year. Still going on. I'm ending it right now, Robin. Thank you for reminding me. Goodbye, guys. Look out for more content, more updates, and all the rest of it. I'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Do drop a like. Hey, we hit 500. Get in there, my son. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this. Obviously, half of this video, the start of it, what we're talking about, the subject is very difficult to talk about. It's not usually like this. There is banter. I tried to make the last part of the show less serious, but trust me, I'm not doing that to disconnect from the severity of the situation. It's just because, well, like I say, you got to laugh to stop yourself from crying, don't you? Have a good one, guys. We'll be back soon. Thank you for watching. Take it easy. And I'll see you on the next one.